Who's the kicker?
Tia Thompson.
All right. Passion won the coin toss, right? All right, thought so. Oh, okay. That's kickoff out of bounds. Just gotta find the numbers.
Kickoff out of bounds. First and 10 for the Passion.
Kicking team. Ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
All right, number 11 is Dana Blakely. Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong. Yeah, Marcelino Chavez. Marcelino Chavez ready to take the first snap of the game when we're underway. Hand off to Devon Pace is going to move up the far sideline and taken down. Got gain around 7 yards to begin the play.
Devin Peace, the ball carrier,
at the beginning of the game,
brought down by Gabrielle Fleming.
If you're any football team, and I mean Pittsburgh Passion, as they got a
second and 3
line up front
from the 42.
Especially with the bad weather, they're going to want to maintain this running game and establish it early.
Marcelino Chavez, the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Passion, lined up to take the ball. Going to hand the ball to Devin Pace, who's going to run for a couple yards there.
Peace, the ball carrier.
Stopped by 36 Della Flats for the DC Divas.
Looked like they were trying to do some counter play there.
Tackles by Delia Flats.
Tight end or that wing back coming across the field, punching out the defensive end. But those linebackers feel pretty good stuffing that run.
Old school style huddle, you don't usually see that, but that's how it looks like it's going to be run here at the WFA. As another handoff to Pace. And it's going to be about a gain of 0 or possibly 1 for that one. Going to be stopped 1 yard short. Brings up 4th and 1 for the Passion on the first drive of the game.
That was a great play by number 25 for the DC Divas. Kuchira Johnson shedding off that block on the outside as that was an outside run. Everybody's trying to seal him down, and she got off the block, was able to make that tackle for at the line of scrimmage. No yards gained.
So that brings up a 4th down and 1, so the Passion are going to punt. And for everyone wondering, where's the Pine-Richland Rams? Why are we doing a football game in spring? That's because this is a women's pro football game. This is a 11-on-11 semi-professional tackle football pro league. As the DC Divas are going to take the ball now around the 35-yard line, returned by Sienna Britt for the Divas.
That's a good return there. I mean, for any punt return team, you just want to get forward yards. I mean, you don't want to get too special and end up causing a fumble. She ran to the sideline, got out with a solid 15-yard gain.
So now we'll see the DC Divas take the field for the first time on the offense. Starting from the 35-yard line, as did the Pittsburgh Passion the first time. That was due to a kickoff out of bounds penalty. The WFA runs on a modified 2021 NCAA rules, the same rule set, except for the fact that there is no cut blocking allowed. As the first throw of the game is going to be caught on the far sideline. Tackle broken, and then a loss on the play there. Loss of a couple yards.
It was a great read by that quarterback. I mean, it looked like it was designed for a pass. You noticed that it was in man coverage and looked to her backside where it was a screen and a little hitch route, and it singled out that linebacker. She looked the linebacker off to the screen and just dumped it off right to the receiver. I mean, even though it was a loss of yards, it was a smart throw.
Amanda Congagaldi, the quarterback for the Divas. 3 receivers on the bottom of your screen there. 2 on the top now as Congagaldi looks to throw. Throwing downfield. And it's intercepted! Intercepted on the far side. Flag thrown down, and is going to be a great return for the Pittsburgh Passion as they return the ball to their own, to the DC Divas 45-yard line. And just like that, the Passion get the ball right back, and they are in business.
Passion there. They were in man coverage. I mean, when you're man coverage and you got that high safety, throwing a skinny post right down the middle is not always the smartest play because they usually end up like that. It looks like there's a foul on the play,
which is going to tack on some additional yards at the end of that, possibly.
Passion will still have the ball. It's great defensive play by that safety. Staying loyal to the middle of the field. Saw that ball in the air, went in, high pointed it, and got the interception.
Looks like that's good. That penalty was going to move the ball back for the Passion, so they're going to start from their own 45-yard line. Marcelina shot a quick throw down the far sideline, trying to evade another defender, but does not do so. Tackled for a gain of about 2 there. Grace Dodza, the receiver on that play.
I mean, when you get that screen pass, it's thrown a little behind you. You're getting set up for failure. For her, getting a 3-yard gain out of that it's impressive. Can't ask for much more.
Looks like there's no hand signals or anything, so the quarterback has to run to the sideline every play to get the new play call. 2nd and 10 from the Passion 48-yard line. As Chavez going to play fake, roll out to her right, and throw it deep downfield, and incomplete. Off the hands of Bethany Meyer, who was pretty much open there. Could have gotten a first down there, but couldn't haul it in, possibly because of the rain, do you think?
Yeah, potentially. I mean, these Divas, they're playing so far off and still playing man coverage, so these short routes, these short outs are going to be open like that. I mean, if they can get past the rain and this wet weather, they're going to get a lot of yards off that.
It's been raining for a little bit, about a couple hours, and it's still expected to rain lightly for about an hour to go, so don't expect the Passion or the Divas, for that matter, to go to the air, as both have had very bad results. As Chavez looks to throw again, is going to take off and is going to go to the middle of the field, still on her feet, still maintaining control, going down the far sideline. They have blockers, still wants a beat, and out at the far side, at the near far sideline, around the 10-yard line. An incredible run by Marcelina Chavez, able to keep the play alive and get the Pittsburgh Passion into great enemy territory.
What a smart play.
1st and 10 from...
What a smart play by Chavez. I mean, like I was saying before, those DBs were playing so far off, and when she rolled out, she realized that there was a lot of green grass in front of her, and she made nothing out of something, and that was a great play.
Handoff to Pace, who's going to...
Touchdown.
Run in untouched for the touchdown. And the Passion will capitalize on the interception from the DC Divas' first play in the air and strike first.
That was great. I mean, like I said earlier, you want to establish the run game. That's how they're going to win this football game. And that was just perfectly executed. Blockers from all across the field. Those receivers out there run them to the back of the end zone for an easy touchdown.
And we have a flag right before the extra point.
Illegal substitution. Kicking team. 12 players on the field. 5-yard penalty. Retry.
And it looks like there are 12 players on the field for that one, so they're going to back it up 5 yards. Retry again.
I'm curious if the Passion has different packages there. I mean, to mess up a kickoff like that, if there was a little miscommunication down on the sideline.
And nevertheless, the extra point is good. A low kick, but made it through nevertheless. Cody Johnson drilling it through the uprights. And after that, we're up 7-0 with 10 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the first quarter of this WFA Pro game.
That was a great drive. I mean, after their first one with that great run and then getting stuffed 3 plays after that, getting the ball back, you want to score early, assert dominance. It's a big confidence booster going into the rest of this game.
We'll see if the DC Divas can strike back after that first drive that led to an interception, and then the Pittsburgh Passion scoring first, as they'll try to get some momentum shift, seeing as they're on the back foot right now.
The Divas, after that first drive, I mean, throwing it deep downfield and seeing how that played out for them, I'd imagine they try to keep the ball here, keep it on the ground, and assert their run game as Passion did. go and try to get some points on the board.
Johnson set to kick the ball away to the Divas after kicking the extra point. And it's a far kick going to be received at around the 17-yard line of the Divas with some open room and tackled at the 35-yard line for the Divas. And they're going to start right where about all three drives have started, about their own 35-yard line.
It was a great tackle by Harris. Pushing downfield, getting off the blocker, and securing the tackle within the 30 and the 40-yard line.
So let's see if the Divas will continue to have wide receivers out in the flat, but they do not, only one, as the Passion stack the box. Amanda Congialdi ready to set to take the ball. And it's a handoff, which is going to be a gain of about 9 yards for the Divas. Sarah Struber, the 7-year player for the Divas, the one to take the carry on that one. And that's going to be a 2nd and 2 now from the Divas' 43-yard line.
This short package they got going on, I mean, 3 on the wing, I'd imagine they're going to keep the ball on the ground, try to maintain their running game.
Let's see what happens here. Congialdi ready to set to take the ball again. And it's going to be a quick pass behind the line as she gets some breathing room, breaks a couple of tackles, and keeps on going. Christy Kelly, the receiver for that one, bringing up the first down and moving into Pittsburgh Passion territory.
I think the Divas realize that they're going, especially with this weather, they're going to get most of their yards off the short stuff, whether it's a run or a little slip screen pass, and that this is what's going to probably get the ball in the end zone, get some points on the board.
Last time they threw it deep, that went for an interception, so I don't think they're going to try to do that anytime soon. Is Congialdi ready to take the ball again? 17 left on the play clock. As it's going to be a handoff again down the middle. Breaking through tackles and rumbles to a first down for the Divas again.
The Passion just has no answers for him right now. I mean, the Divas are just playing some hard-nosed football, running it right up the middle. I imagine the Passion's probably going to start loading the box here, as that's what's working for the Divas.
Struber's run a gain of 8 on that play. 2nd and 2 from the 36 of the Pittsburgh Passion as they're moving the ball down the field.
See, Passion's loading the box here.
Congialdi looking to throw here and will be sacked by number 71 for the Passion, Brandy Clyde. Pretty much immediately got to that and took her down for a loss of about 4 or 5.
Passion, they had 6 on the line there, 2 on the outside, ready to blitz. I mean, that's what's going to happen when the Divas, they're not spreading out the field, so Passion's, their only job is to stop the run, and if you try to do a quick pass like that, nothing's open. Sack's what's going to happen.
Brings up 3rd and 7 from the Passion 41-yard line as they bring a couple of receivers out, 1 on the bottom of your screen and 2 on the top. Congialdi will look to throw now.
Nothing's open.
Trying to scramble. Trying to control traffic. And will run.
Oh, no.
Stay in bounds and now get out of bounds around the 25-yard line. Gain about 15 on that play and sets up a Divas first down.
Looked like the outside backer there for the Passion ran into the cornerback, the outside contain, which is not what you want when the quarterback's run on the outside, and got a long yardages. Something we're seeing from both these quarterbacks, Blake, is that when nobody's open downfield, they're showing that they got the wheels to make something happen when they got nothing going for them. When they see green grass, they're taking it.
So what you will have to do in this situation is the Divas are going to look to possibly throw here again.
Oh, it's first down. Could run it.
And they do, as there's another pole broken, and that's another first down for the Divas right there.
See right there, they spread it out a little bit, so Passion was forced to put those guys in the slot, which opens up their run game.
Struber got the ball again, Getting about 12 on that one. Bringing up first down and 10 from the 13 of the Divas, or not the Divas, the Passion.
That's exactly what they're doing now is they got 4 outside. But the Passion's loading up the linebackers, putting them in the middle, running man coverage.
Paul Gowdy.
He's going on the
play
outside.
fake and underthrown there and dropped. That's going to be incomplete there.
Which honestly, for that situation, the quarterback made a good decision. I mean, if she put it right in the slot, that safety was going to take her head off or pick off the ball. So that was a good bad play.
Daniel Blakely, the intended target of that, but could not haul it in. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the Pittsburgh Passion 13. You'd think at this point it's 4-down territory, or either do that or you go for the field goal in this range. As now 3 receivers lined up.
See, as they're spreading the box, Passions, they got about 4 on the line, 3 backers look like they're blitzing.
Player in motion is going to be handed off to her. Wide open field and scored for the touchdown.
It's a great block by number 4 for the Divas on that outside contain. She came upfield, took out that blitzing linebacker, allowing a perfectly open gap for the running back.
Christy Kelly, the player in motion there, took the handoff and went around the outside and scored a touchdown there. And the Divas strike back on a longer drive compared to the Passion, but a well-fought, well-controlled drive as they look to even it up at 7 here.
I think we're going to see a lot of that this game. I mean, with the crappy weather, you can't expect much from your receivers catching the ball with the rain, but the ground game seems to be working for them.
And the extra point's blocked.
Wow.
Looks like it was caught by one of the Pittsburgh Passion defenders, but we have a flag down, so let's check the penalty here. Possibly 12 men on the field, or 12 players on the field for...
Offside, defense. Half the distance to the goal, retry.
Well, that's how the Passion got to the ball first, because they jumped offside. So we moved the ball half the distance closer to the goalpost and tried again. It's a bit of miscommunication there, trying to figure out what's going on. As Christy Kelly, the one who scored the touchdown, looks to add another point to her name. High snap, but still kicked, and it is good. And we are all tied up at 7 with 5 minutes and 28 seconds to go in this first quarter.
That was a really good drive. I mean, a game like this, you want to assert dominance on the ground. You need to assert your run game. And as we've seen from both teams, that's just what they're doing, and it's working. We're going to see how these defenses can react to that. And that's probably going to be the difference in the game.
Obviously, yeah, like you said, the defense is going to be the major factor. Can they stop the run game? That's the main question. And then it becomes, if they stack the tackle box, do they try to make a pass? That will be the big question for the offensive coordinators here for both sides today, as the Passion gets set to receive the ball for the second time.
See, this last kick went out of bounds for the Divas.
Christy Kelly most likely looking to redeem herself compared to the last one as the ball tees over. And we're going to get a reset of the football.
I wonder if it's windy out there. It's not every day you see the ball fall off the tee.
Not very hard to tell from inside this PR Stadium press box, but wouldn't be surprising. Or the ball is just very slippery and is hard to set straight, as Christy Kelly looking to kick the ball away for the second time. And she does. A low kick, distance-wise, and it's going to be caught down the far sideline. Still in bounds. Carrie Hall still in bounds.
It's number 22, Allison Mularski, which she is also, fun fact, a gym teacher at Pine-Richland. She's at her home field, and she's also a assistant wrestling coach for the PR girls wrestling team.
The 6-year veteran out of the Divas, not the Divas, the Passion, showing her receiving skills on that return as the Passion take the field again. Marcelino Chavez hands the ball off quickly, and it's going to be a short run there by Devon Pace.
It's that running back. She got caught up with her pulling guard. Pulling guard needs to get downfield, but she makes something out of that play with a nice 2-yard gain. Start the drive.
And you can see the old school style huddle while they're waiting for the play to get in. Has to run back on and off every play. Get in real quick. And then back to business as the clock continues to wind here. Look for Chavez to hand it off to Devon Pace again. And she does. Pace is going to not get the ball. Instead, it's going to be an incomplete pass, looks like possibly. And it is caught by Ellison Mularski down on the far sideline.
What a catch by Ellison. I mean, that's not an easy catch. Those far comebacks on the sideline, that was a little toe tapper, especially with the rain. That's a phenomenal play.
And NCAA rules, so it's only 1 foot you need to get in bounds, and there's no video review, so all calls made by the referee are pretty much final. As the Passion mixing it up a little bit, getting a nice play off of that one as they start 1st and 10 from the DC 30-yard line now. Chavez going to hand it off to Devon Pace again. She's going to rumble for a few yards. Going to get about a gain of 6 on that one. 2nd down and 4, it looks like.
That was a great cut outside. I mean, that play was designed to the left. She noticed that her right tackle was taking the defensive end down the line, makes a cut to the outside, and it's a great 6-yard gain.
Quick play here is going to be hand off to Devon Pace, who's going to run
Nothing but green
to her right
grass.
side and slid out of bounds. But not after getting the first down, it'll be taken around the 10-yard line for DC Divas.
With the clock ticking, I mean, they got 3 minutes, but that's plenty of time to get this in the end zone and leave the Divas with no time. That's the end of this first quarter. As Chavez runs out to the field.
Obviously a bit of a time delay, but nothing you can really do on that. Just a bit of something to watch out for, how much time is accidentally or unintentionally wasted due to the fact that you need to get the play call every time.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to the end of the half in the game. And we have a flag on the play. Let's see what the penalty is.
Delay game. Pittsburgh. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And there's the delay of the play call coming right into fruition, right as we were just talking about it. That bites them in the back and moves them back 5 yards.
So they're still sticking to that wing set.
Chavez going to roll out to her left. Got some blockers and is going to possibly
Touchdown.
get in. Touchdown.
Pittsburgh
Moving
Passion.
the ball with her legs, getting it in with the blockers, and scores, going up 13-7 for the Passion.
So we're seeing a lot with Marcelina Chavez. I mean, excuse us if we pronounce any of these names wrong, but
Yes.
they're it's like they got 2 running backs back there. I mean, they're really using her mobility, her legs, and it's really going to be an asset the rest of this game.
Not to compare too much to Pine-Richland football, but it reminds me of Ryan Palmieri, where you can kind of do more of the running back and the quarterback goals, as the field goal for the extra point is good, as Passion goes up 14-7. As we've had a back and forth game after the first couple of drives that stalled out due to turnovers and 3 and out. But now we have gone back to back to back scoring drives. As we have 2 minutes and 5 seconds to go in this first quarter.
We're seeing. I don't think we're going to see much of any passes downfield. I mean, we had a great pass down there in the end of this, or at the sideline with that comeback. But I think, like, that's a very low risk pass. When you put outside, she either catches it or it's out of bounds. I don't think anybody's going to be throwing deep down the middle or any risky throws with this weather, and that this game's going to be won on the ground.
The farthest throw you'll probably see is the one that Ellison Mularski caught. That had to be very finessed and almost didn't get caught, but you're exactly right there, Vaughn. We'll see how much the run game impacts this entire game as the Divas get set to take the ball for the third time. Going to be kicked around the 30-yard line and run out of bounds. So they're going to start at the 35-yard line. So we'll get a flag here.
Now I'm really curious as this running game's working how these defensive coordinators are going to stop the run game. I mean, it's very important in this game, and it's what's working for both teams. So whoever can adjust to stop this run game is probably going to come out on top.
The threat of
Illegal
stairs.
kick out of bounds. Kicking team. The ball was placed at the 35-yard line. First down.
Sarah Struber, the main running back for the DC Divas, able to run it down the field methodically. Took a longer drive than the Passion, but was able to make it in nevertheless. We're going to move to the other hash mark.
So the Divas have short time here. I mean, I'm not sure if 2 minutes is enough time to run the ball down the field. So I'm curious if they're going to try to let it fly. But they are pretty bunched together right now in this set.
It isn't really much of a big deal. It's only the end of the first quarter. It's a bit of trickery here, misdirection, as it's going to be taken down the middle of the field by Struber, it looks like.
That is a good point.
Gain about 7.
That is a good point. That it's the first period or first quarter. I did not factor that in. That's my bad.
Not basketball. We don't have halves. And after a bit of trickery there, bringing in a couple running backs around that ball where the quarterback was taking the ball, run down the middle. It'd be a gain of about 8. And that might be what some of these teams are going to have to do. Pull some tricks out of their hats with the run game. The player in motion there.
So they're spreading the field now.
Bringing her back. Christy Kelly, the motion before high snap, lost, and then Congiality is just going to have to jump on it to make sure she doesn't give the ball over to the Passion. That's going to be a big loss, about a 5-yard loss in that one. And all of that gain from the 8-yard run from first down is all for naught.
Now you want to be careful here. You don't want to put your quarterback in a spot to where she feels like she needs to launch one downfield and get another interception like they did earlier in the game. A punt here and putting the Passion at the other side of the field is smart, but as they are spreading out the field, they got 3 wide. This was the set that they were in when they threw the interception.
That was a more deeper ball, so hopefully Congiality will not try to do that this time. She's going to look to throw here. Be caught around the 35-yard line and is going to reach, but not going to get there. Dana Blakey going to get it around the 40-yard line. Brings up 4th down and about 4. So now the question down becomes, do the DC Divas punt it, or do they go for it with 41, with them being at their own 41-yard line? We reach the end of this first quarter here, about 6 seconds to go.
That was a great play call. I mean, when it's 3rd and long, you see those DBs, those linebackers play a few yards back than normal. Those under routes, or those in routes, there's a good 10-yard in, are going to be wide open right in the middle of the field. Set a timeout. That's the end of the quarter.
And as we reach the end of the first quarter, your score is now Pittsburgh Passion 14, DC Divas 7. And it's been a relatively back-and-forth game so far. Seeing a heavy run game from both sides of the ball.
Yes, the run game has definitely been working. I think that both teams are going to stick to that, but the team that's going to come out on top is how they adjust defensively. I mean, Passion's been loading up the front line. They've been having 4 with 2 outside linebackers blitzing, and sometimes even 6 on the line. And still hasn't been enough to stop them, especially with the legs that both quarterbacks have on both sides of the field. It's dangerous for them to take it outside, especially on pass plays. It's almost like they need to put a QB spy on them or something to stop them from getting forward yards. But Pittsburgh Passion, I mean, whatever they did in this last few drives, they're adjusting, and now it's a 4th and 4 for the Divas. And it looks like they're going to punt it. So they're punters on the field.
Possibly a pooch punt or a fake punt here. It looks like they're going to
go for it. Oh, wait, no, is that their quarterback?
That is Amanda Congiality.
Oh, that's their quarterback. That's my bad.
So they're going to put Christy Kelly in motion again. 2 seconds left on the play clock, and 0. That's going to be, looks like a timeout for the Divas.
DC, their
Looks
first
like-
charge timeout of the half.
Trying to get the Passion to jump off sides there with the motion, but was not able to make them budge. So Divas burn a timeout. We reset. It's still 4th and 4. Now the question becomes, do you try to still go for it, or do you just punt it and say, heck with it, we tried, as it looks like they're going to bring the punt team out.
Yeah, I mean, very beginning of the second quarter, just play it smart. I mean, they're only down by 1 touchdown. They don't need to do anything crazy here. So they played smart, put passion in, and don't put them in good field position. It's very low risk. It's a safe play. Get them back there, and hopefully your defense can get the job done, get this ball back without any points for the other team.
The Divas will also receive the punt at the beginning of the second half.
It's a good
It's
punt.
going to be a relatively short punt. Buffed there as he's going to roll down to the 15-yard line. It's picked up by the Divas. And just like that, it went from a disaster for the Divas to a disaster for the Passion, as they get about a 40-yard gain and get the ball back at the Passion 15-yard line.
Allison Mularski, she thought she could do something there, picking up that ball, but I mean, with these wet conditions, it's safe to just fall on it for situations like this to happen. I mean, this is unfortunate for the Passion, but the Divas are now in a great position to get some points on the board, start this second quarter off strong.
And that's a great opportunity for these Divas to take if they can capitalize. That would be a great
It is.
opportunity for them, as this is going to be an important drive.
Now,
especially
they're
because it's close range.
spreading out this offense, but look at this defense. They're loading the box. They're making this quarterback win in the air.
As it may hand off to Shrew.
Yep.
Going to get a gain of about 1 in that one.
Yeah, when you load the box like that and you got everybody on the outside, it's about 5 offensive linemen against 7 deep defensive guys, and runs are going to look like that. 0-yard game.
1 yard gain that play. So
1 yard gain.
it's a second and 9 from the Pittsburgh Passion 14. At this point, any yards that you'll get is a positive one.
Quarterback's looking at left
Just
side.
in the box again.
It's wide open.
He's going to throw down the field and off the hands of Christy Kelly, the #1 wide receiver, it seems, for the Divas. Going to be incomplete. That was almost a touchdown there, but not the case.
I was assuming that's what's going to happen. I mean, when they spread them out and the Passion loads up the box like that, they're forcing the Divas to win this game in the air. You know, especially with these wet conditions. And when you have man coverage all across the board on these receivers, you'd imagine quarterback's going to throw it up top. See if they still try to keep the ball in the air as the Passions let off the box a little bit.
Congaldo looking to throw again down the middle and
great
bat
play.
it down. What a great play there by
Number
Josh Jones.
That was
the
a
Passion.
great play. That's just standard man coverage. She stayed on top of that route all the way to the end zone. Got her hand in there. You can't ask anything much more from a cornerback.
Brings up 4th and 9 for the DC Divas, a position they were in just a few minutes ago, except they're at their own 45-yard line. The question now becomes, do they go for it again? Because the last time they went for it, that led to a unintentional 40-yard gain.
This is a long first down, and the Passion knows it as they're still sticking to that man coverage.
9 yards is a lot to go, so
Looking like they're going to blitz. I'm sure these linebackers back off.
Congaldo
Nope, they're
looking to
coming.
throw again. Looking and almost caught. Rhonda Gainey, the target on that one, but could not hold on to it, as the trend has been for all of these receivers just dropping balls left and right.
Yeah, when it's a 4th and long like that, and you see those linebackers blitzing, you got to get a quick ball off, or it's going to be a little floater like that one, and you're asking a little too much from your receiver. I don't know if they don't have faith in their kicker to make that field goal, but Passion now have possession.
Marcelia Chavez is going to take the ball and hand it off to Devon Peace, who's going to lose a couple of yards there.
That was a great play by number 32 for the Divas. I mean, she shook off that lead blocker, filled that gap right at the line of scrimmage. Great defense play.
Still a gain of about 1, it looks like, due to forward motion.
Yeah, that's number 32, Gabriella Fleming. It's a great play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 from the Passion 16. They're going to look to try to get a few more yards than that last play. As Chavez ready to take the ball again. He's going to roll it to her left. And throws it downfield and incomplete.
Man, this rain, I mean, any passes that seems to be downfield, none of the receivers can come down with it. I mean, I was wide open, but I'm sure this rain's really affecting the gloves or the passes from being complete. Like,
I agree. It's not a dig on it's not a dig on the quarterbacks. They're actually throwing pretty decent passes, but these wide receivers are just not able to hold on to it. As Chavez going to roll it to her left again, looking to throw, and will throw it deep downfield and almost intercepted. Flag on the field, but on both sides, neither player can catch the ball. Almost a terrible result on that play. Just a simple incompletion.
Yeah, whether it's the receivers or the cornerbacks, nobody can come down with the ball. I mean, anybody who's played in a rain game understands the struggle with the passing game. And it's really affecting both sides.
Looks like we have a flag on the play. Let's check the penalty here.
The officials are talking with the Divas coach right now.
Looks like it's on the Divas.
Ineligible receiver downfield on the offense.
It's on the offense.
Passion.
5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
Looking to see if they'll decline it and take a loss of downs, but instead they'll move the ball back 5 yards, bring it to 3rd and 13 from the Pittsburgh Passion 11. Probably because of the fact that they'll have to take to the air here, which is a strategy that has not been very effective for either side. As Chavez comes out to relay the play to the team in an old school style Len Dawson method. As the Passion line up 3 receivers and play fake to Devon Peace.
It's a great play.
Making the defenders miss. Going downfield, but wrestled short possibly.
Looks like she got it.
They're going to spot it, and they're going to call it as we have an injured player around the 5-yard line. Looks like they're going to, not sure if they're going to mark that 1st down or not, but it looks like it's going to be close.
It's a 1st down. We have official timeout for injuries.
2 players down for the one side each. You see number 87 for the Passion, Emily Tunney. Quick to get up, but another player for the Divas still not getting up. Don't worry about it.
And this is what you never want to see in any type of football game. Injured player down on the field.
Especially because this is not their regular profession. All these players basically play for free, doing it for the love of football.
Looks to be her leg.
But the result of the play is still going to be a 1st down for the Passion, so they'll regain some momentum after the 3rd and 15 play. Great play by Marcelina Chavez to keep the play alive and gain that 1st down. This will get a bit of a pause here before they have to continue trying to gain some momentum. 12 minutes, 40 seconds left in this 2nd quarter.
Yes, and this quarterback, Marcelina Chavez, she's just been tearing it up on the ground. I mean, that was a 3rd and very long. And she rolled out, saw green grass, took it, and nobody can seem to stop her.
the need for a dual threat quarterback is always the modern dilemma, and something in a game like this you'll want to have is the injured Divas player being helped off the field right now. Hopefully she is all right. Looks like she's still getting her off. So we have, as stated previously, 12 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this game.
Some fellow players for the Divas coming to help take her off the field.
She's being carried, it looks like, almost. Yeah. Hopefully she's going to be okay. We do have some medical personnel on the scene, if need be. Just not something you want to see ever.
See as both teams are set up to start the next play.
The one advantage for the Pittsburgh Passion is that they're able to get that play call on because it takes so long for them to get it out. So they'll be able to get done immediately. 1st and 10 now for the Passion at their 25-yard line, as Chavez is going to hand the ball off to Devon Peace again, who's going to break a couple tackles and then get about a couple of yards on that one.
It was a great play by number
Flats.
36, Delilah Flats. I mean, stretching the play out and securing the tackle for a short gain.
So they're going to do a quick snap here, quick huddle. As Chavez is going to look to the sky here and actually caught. Look at that. Ellison Mularski is going to get a reception here. I think that's the first one of the game, actually. Actually, that's the second one, both by Mularski, as she is going to get a gain of around 7 on that one.
You can tell
setting up a first down for the Pittsburgh Passion at their own 46-yard line.
You can tell the Divas are starting to respect Chavez's pass game as they're pushing guys farther back in the field.
Flag on the play. Let's check the penalty here.
Chavez is such a versatile player. I mean, that's not an easy pass down the middle. It's a very tight gap.
5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Mularski, after that reception, going to be called for a false start.
Just the more Chavez is throwing the ball, it's going to open up the Passion's run game here. And I mean, the more respect that this defense gives Chavez, it's gonna allow them to get the ball rolling easier on the ground.
10 seconds left on the play clock. Now they're going to have to get set really quick here. And they do. Chavez is going to hand it off to Peace, who's going to bounce around a few defenders. Going to break a couple tackles. Still on her feet. Going through defenders and taken down at the 36-yard line of the Divas. A great run, about 20 yards there for the Divas, or for the Passion.
That's a huge gain for the Passion. I mean, a little outside run, running down the field. You can't ask more from her for that. That was a great play.
Peace has been the go-to running back, aside from Chavez just taking it herself. You can see why in that one, a great run. Set it up inside the Divas' own territory. As Chavez is going to take the ball here in a second after the motion, as hand it off to Peace again. A couple defenders in her, front of her, and gain of about 2 on that one.
Now that the Divas are now moving their players back, this is really opening up the run game for Passion, as they're averaging about 3-4 yards every carry.
Gain of 3 on that last play brings up 2nd and 7 from the 34-yard line of the Divas. Couple of reverses. Now Mularski trying to make something happen here. Breaks a couple of tackles, still on her feet. Has some blocker and taken out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Ellison Mularski, she's really taking this game of her own. I mean, she's going on the outside. She's making plays downfield and little slip handoffs, outside sweeps, and she's really becoming an asset for the Passion.
Illegal formation. Offense. 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, repeat 2nd down.
And that play is going to be for naught as we're going to move it back. Couple of trickery there with the reverse, but too many players in the backfield there, so they're going to move it back.
Seems to be a reoccurring problem for the Passion on field goals, extra points, and just offensive plays like that. Say what you're going to say, Blake?
Yeah, when they try to get fancy, that's when they make the mistakes. We've had more penalties on the Passion than the Divas so far. I think first one was 12 players on the field. Then we had a offsides and another offsides. And now that play, as Chavez is going to roll out and overthrowing Cody Johnson.
It's a tough pass. I mean, that was a great play by the defensive end, rushing upfield, getting in the quarterback's face. And, I mean, that's what you get with a short quarterback like number 11, Chavez, as her tight end was wide open in the flat. But when you got someone in your face, it's tough to make those throws.
Set up 3rd and 14 from the Divas' 41-yard line. After that penalty, their momentum pretty much killed. Going to have to pull something out here to even have a chance of getting to the first down marker.
This would be the 3rd time they'd get a 3rd and long extra point. I'm sure that they're probably going to roll the quarterback outside, like called a timeout.
Timeout, Pittsburgh. Their first charge timeout of the half.
There are only about 3 seconds left on the play clock, so they do the smart thing and take a timeout there.
I imagine the Passion here, they go back to what's been working earlier for them in the game. I mean, they have such a versatile quarterback, number 11, Chavez. I mean, when she rolls out, she has the opportunity to pass the ball or tuck it and run the ball, which has been working for them. I mean, earlier this drive, it was a 3rd and long, and she rolled out. There's nobody downfield, saw green grass, took it, and took the opportunity and got a first down. I'm sure that they're going to go back to that for this next play.
The mix of running and passing plays has been more diverse over the past few plays. However, it's been a bit less ineffective. We'll see if they go to more run game, more grounded, or they'll stick to a more hybrid style game.
And they have good enough field position. I mean, if they just try to dump this off, get some good yardage, they could go for it on 4th down. I mean, I don't know if they have the kicker strength to be able to put this in the field goal from this far away, but they have good enough position to where there's not much risk going for it. Let's see if they try to set themselves up for that or if they just try to go for it here.
It's unclear how far that Cody Johnson's range is with the wet ball, especially because of how much these players have been dropping it. As we see three wide receivers at the top of your screen there. Chavez is going to look to throw, rolling out to her right, being chased by a defender, almost taken down and caught on the far sideline by Bethany Meyer.
What a
and
play.
The Passion get a 15-yard gain to get a first down and keep themselves in this drive.
Yeah, man, the more I'm watching number 11 Chavez play, she's unreal. I mean, that is not an easy throw. On the run, while you're tripped up, with the small window she had to get that ball in there, that was an incredible play.
And they're going to quickly hand off the ball to Devon Peace, who's going to be taken down for a loss of about 3 or 4 on that one.
Man, if I'm the Passion here, I'm giving the ball to number 11 to Chavez and letting her take control of this game because she's lighting it up right now. And again, excuse me if I'm pronouncing her name wrong.
Sometimes the most athletic player is your quarterback, and that's what you'll see here from Marcelina Chavez. She's been the go-to player on both the passing game and the run game. As they're going to take it a little bit slower here. 13 seconds left on the play clock. 2 receivers down on the low side, 1 on the high side. As Chavez is going to roll out to her right and throw it to an incomplete Passion player. A little short on that one. And not a shot there.
Even though Chavez is making these phenomenal plays on the outside, on the run, throwing the ball, I think you need to let her take a deep breath, let her settle down. I mean, that play was wide open. She needs to get in the pocket, set her feet, deliver nice balls, and that's how they're going to take control of this game and start pulling it away.
The pocket's been really collapsing for this Passion, so they really only are forcing Chavez to roll out one side or the other, leading to those throws. 10 seconds less than on the play clock. 3rd and 16 for the 31-yard line. As we get a flag on the play. Couple of reverses.
The quarterback blocking.
Still on her feet there. Gonna keep going for a couple yards and then stopped. Forward progress can be stopped at what was originally the first down marker at the 25-yard line. Let's check what the penalty was on that one.
Curious if there's too many people on the field because that was thrown right at the beginning of the play.
Or possibly too many in the backfield. That was what
it's a good
the penalty was before. This could be a very important penalty here, depending on which way it goes.
Illegal formation, offense. 5 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, repeat 3rd down.
And there it is again. The same penalty that got the Passion the last time they tried that play and brings up 3rd down and 21 from the Divas' 36-yard line. So now they're even more of a pickle than they were previously. And so you're looking to have Chavez obviously throw.
Again, they're also in great field position here. So they're just going to try to shorten this gap. Especially with the arm of Chavez.
Chavez looking to throw. Has time in the pocket. Has to roll it to her right, though. And incomplete. Underthrown on that one. And brings up 4th down and 21 for the Passion.
That was a tough throw. As that cornerback was all over that route. I mean, that was probably the best option. Put it out of reach. I mean, either the receiver makes a miracle play and comes down with the ball or nobody's catching it.
And it looks like the Passion are going to go for it here at their DC's 36-yard line. 7 minutes and 2 seconds left on the play clock, up by a score. Possibly a pooch punt, but unlikely as Chavez is still out on the field.
We'll see. She's pretty far back in the backfield.
Devon Peace behind her.
They're going for it.
Play fake to Peace. Chavez looking to throw, has to back up and then throw it high. Flag on the play, but it's caught. Mularski looks like it caught, but there is a flag on the play as that ball was in the air. Could this be pass interference?
Yeah, that DB was all over her.
This could lead to a 4th and 16 now from the 31 of the Divas, a little less daunting. Let's check the penalty on this one. But nevertheless, still burning clock, about 10 seconds in between those two plays. Now 6 minutes and 51 seconds left on the clock.
Fouls on the defense. Roughing the passer, number 32, that penalty's declined. Pass interference. (23). That penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
As this is NCAA rules, that will lead to the spot foul for the pass interference, and basically where that ball would have been caught anyway, we'll be getting ourselves a 1st down for the Passion as they reset at the 21-yard line.
For the Divas, I mean, that's a crucial mistake that you can't be making. I mean, you know that pass wasn't even close to being at the front of that marker for the 1st down, and on a 4th down like that, just play it smart. You don't want to give up a crucial play, giving up another 4 set of downs for the Passion, setting them up in perfect position for a touchdown.
Chavez handing it off to Peace, moving around the opposite side. Going to run through a couple of defenders and taken down at the 10-yard line of the Divas. Gain of about 5 on that play. Brings up 2nd and 1. As the play clock continues to run, and the game clock as well.
Just great little misdirection run there, keeping the defense on their toes, especially when they're playing this man, and they respect the quarterback so much.
Chavez is going to take to this guy again. High pass there. Jump ball there. Incomplete. Looks like it was intended for someone up there.
That was a little scary there. I mean, on plays like that, those short little slants when the pocket hasn't collapsed yet, I mean, Chavez just needs to set her feet and deliver a nice ball, especially in this red zone. You don't want to afford any crucial turning point like an interception at this position in the field.
3rd and 1 now for the Passion. Possibly looking to see if Devon Peace will give them that first down as she moves to the right side of Chavez. As Chavez is going to take it herself around the outside of the offensive line.
Big
and hit out of bounds. But right after getting the first down inside the 5-yard line for the Passion, bringing up 1st down and goal.
Yeah, whenever in doubt, put the ball in Chavez's hand. I mean, she's a crucial part of this Passion team right now, and she seems to be making most of the plays between her and number 22, Ellison Mularski. And, I mean, those are the 2 players I think are going to take control of this game and start pulling it away for the Passion.
5 minutes and 32 seconds left on the game clock in this first half with 11 seconds to go in the play clock. I'm going to get this ball off quick. Piece to the right of Chavez again as Chavez is going to look to throw.
Set your feet.
And
Beautiful.
Caught on the far sideline. Touchdown Passion. And they go up 20-7 against the Divas with 5 minutes and 12 seconds left. As the Passion continue to extend their lead now to 2 touchdowns, pending the extra point.
That's a great play design. I mean, especially in the red zone, when you see the running man coverage, and they got a lot of those guys on the line. Let the play develop. She took her stance. She came back about another 5 yards. Let that drag route develop. Let her pull away, get separation from the DB for it to be wide open on the other side of the field.
Johnson's kick is good. Coming after the 2nd-year wide receiver, Grace Dodds' receiving touchdown there. Now the Passion are up 21-7 at home in their home opener here at Pine-Richland Stadium, facing against the DC Divas in this WFA Pro game.
Yes, I mean, something that the Passion's been showing that the Divas haven't is that they have the ability to get the ball around the field. I mean, with Marcelina Chavez, she's getting the ball in the air. She's making completions, safe throws, right in the center of the chest, easy catches, especially with this wet weather. And it's definitely a huge factor in this game. And I think it's going to help them separate it.
This being an important drive for the Diva here. Let's see where they get the ball at, pending the kick from Johnson.
Yes, they got 5 minutes here. They got plenty of time to get a good drive going. I mean, stick to the run game as it's been working. Let their quarterback, who's that, number 6, Amanda Congialdi,
yes.
give her the opportunity to step in there, make some comfortable throws. They got plenty of time, nothing to worry about. See how they get a good drive going here.
Johnson's kick, a good kick down to the 20-yard line of the Divas. It's set to return. Breaking a tackle there, and it looks like the ball might have been lost there, but the returner, Sienna Britt, was able to jump onto it, and the Divas are going to start with the ball at their 34-yard line. Like, basically all these drives so far have started.
Defender getting downfield, punching the ball. Fortunately for the Divas, they were able to recover it to get this drive going. But, I mean, with all things said, it's not a terrible return past the 30-yard line.
It seems where all these kickoffs have gone so far around that yard line, either the 35 or the 34-yard line. This Congialdi looking to try to capitalize on some momentum. Definitely needed here. Christy Millie in motion as Sarah Struber is going to take the ball down the middle. gain of about 7 or 8 on that play. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Oh, it looks like we have a player down in the field. She gets back up quick. Nia Wimberly.
Slow to get up, but she'll. Looks like she's getting right back into it, so that's obviously a good sight to see.
Think we're going to see that a lot from the Divas this drive.
Just some short runs to Struber.
Stick to what's working, yeah. They got 8 seconds on the play clock.
Hongyal going to look to throw. Pass is intercepted. Dropped right in front of the defender there. It's a deep return here going into, and it's gone.
Pick 6.
Not touched by anyone. Possibly touched by one defender there, pretty much untouched. And the Pittsburgh Passion, right after scoring, get the ball right back in the hands of their defense and get a pick 6.
I mean, as we saw earlier in the game when Congialdi is looking down the middle of the field in that man coverage, I mean, you can't be throwing high floaters because of safety. It's going to give the safety enough time to come across the middle of the field and make plays like that. And, I mean, when you have enough time like that, stick to the ground, stick to what's running. There's no need to force that play and force something that's not open. And, I mean, now that's a huge turning point. The Pittsburgh Passion are up 3 scores.
Looking to extend their lead to 21 points is Denasha Harris's interception, picking off the wide receiver 1 for the Divas, Christy Melly, bringing it back as it's no good on the field goal. But the Passion are still up 20 points after a crazy turn of events. That passing touchdown, and then followed up right with a pick 6.
It's the adjustments we were talking about earlier, the Pittsburgh Passion. I mean, they're doing a great job loading the line, loading the box, stopping this run game of the Divas, but they're also keeping their safeties back, giving them enough room to make plays like that, and really shutting down the pass game as well. But none of these balls from
Congialdi.
what is it? Yeah, Congialdi have looked like she's really stepped into them. I mean, they're all kind of floating on her and giving these safeties enough time to come across the field and snag them.
The passing game obviously been a struggle for both sides. However, Chavez for the Passion has been able to really control that and make some positive yardage. Meanwhile, Congialdi is really just only thrown incompletions and interceptions. Looking to see if they'll try to regain down up 20 points now for the Divas.
I mean, the Divas, they still have plenty of time. Get a comfortable drive going. Stick to what's been working for them. Keep the ball on the ground.
Johnson's kick sent deep, but dropped at the 25-yard line. The return still going, blocking the back, possibly a couple flags, but the return is still going down. Sent around the 45-yard line to the Passions, but we have multiple flags on the play. Looks like there is a couple of blocks in the back. So this might be coming back at around the 25-yard line for the Divas.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 24. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, first down.
Anita Rouse, the 15-year veteran for the Divas, the perpetrator of that penalty, as the Divas will be sent back to the inside their own territory, bucking the 35 or 34-yard line trend that we've seen for all these drives start at before. So it looks like they're gonna keep moving back to around the 16 or the 13-yard line for the Divas.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, as all these returns been coming around the 35-yard line, I mean, this is not where you want to start a drive.
Especially being down 20 points.
With shortish time, I mean, 3 minutes, 49 seconds. They have to make some magic here.
I expect to see a run from Sarah Struber. Congialdi's last couple of throws have not been the ideal result, as Struber's going to be handed off the ball and gain about 5 yards in that play.
I mean, when the Divas are running on the middle, I mean, they're averaging about 5 to 7 yards every single run. I don't think they need to force anything here. Just stick to what's working, keep the ball on the ground, and that's how they're going to get some points on the board.
That's what we saw from the Divas in that first drive when they were able to move down the field methodically with Struber.
Yes.
We haven't seen much of that since.
I mean,
Now we have
this
second.
clock is ticking.
Yeah, 2nd and 3 from the 21 of the Divas.
Yeah, they're going to have to control the clock here.
Play clock down to 10 seconds. Kongi now hands it off to Struber, who's going to run for a couple yards, but it looks like fumble again.
Wow.
And just like that, when we thought that it couldn't get any worse for the DC Divas, it does. Chelsea Hill picking up the ball for the Pittsburgh Passion. And just like that, they're right on the ball again inside DC territory at their own 26-yard line. 2 minutes, 56 seconds to go. What would happen next, Vaughn? Do you think another score? I think so.
I'm thinking another score. I mean, the Passion's breaking them here. I mean, that's two scoring opportunities and just went straight down the toilet with a pick six and a fumble right there. I mean, the momentum's definitely in the Passion's hands right now.
Look to possibly extend their lead again by another 7 points. 5 seconds left on the play clock as Chavez is going to take the ball and hand it off to Peace, who's going to get through that first preliminary line, breaking tackles on the far sideline and shove that out of bounds at around the 8-yard line. Another first down for the Passion.
That was by number 22, Allison Mularski. I mean, between her and Chavez, they've really been taking this game. I mean, again, she is in the Pine-Richland district. She is our gym teacher and girls wrestling coach, and we support her very much, and we're glad to see she's having a great game.
When you're at your home field, you get a little bit more moral boost. You can see it by how much energy Ellison Mularski has as they're going to hand it off to Mularski again. She's taken over running back duties for the past couple of plays.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I think the coaches are realizing who the dogs are in this game, and Mularski is definitely one of them. She's taking control, and they moved her to the running back position, especially with a game like this. I mean, she has been making completions, especially with the rainy weather. But putting her at running back, I think, is a smart play, noticing that she's one of the best athletes on the field.
Possibly trying to rest Devon Peace, trying to let her rest a little bit before the end of the first half with just over 96 seconds to go in this first half at their own 7-yard line. 2nd and 7 now. 2nd and goal. As Chavez is going to hand it off to Mularski again. Going to try to break the tackles of a couple of defenders and does. Trying to get in and scores! Mularski breaking tackles, running around the outside, and the handoff from Chavez goes in for another score.
That was a great play.
Add another 6 to the Passion's lead. Now up 33-7.
I mean, especially with the weather, I don't think you need to do anything more. I mean, you got the lead. Keep the ball on the ground. Keep it safe. I mean, it's working for them, and I think this game might already be over before the second half.
There's no mercy rule in this, so we'll have to see the full distance as Johnson on for the extra point once more. And unlike the last time, the kick is good. So now 34-7 for the Passion. 1 minute and 15 seconds left to go in this first half. And the Passion have really dominated this, as we're being told that the extra point was no good.
Yeah, it looked like it was good from up here. But the officials definitely have a better look at it than we do.
Absolutely. They're right under the goalpost, so they can just look up and see if it's to the left or the right of the goalpost. Evidently, that was one way, not in the right direction. Is a couple of missed extra points for Cody Johnson, but not really a big deal. They're still up 33-7.
I know now the Divas are going to get this next drive with a lot less time than they had before.
You're going to want to try to get a good return off of this kick, hoping for either a really high kick or a good block, similar to what we saw in the last return for the Divas.
Yeah, I know.
Unfortunately, got taken back due to a block in the back penalty, which kind of stalled their momentum.
I know.
And that led to the interception.
with this short time, I don't think the Divas need to try doing anything fancy. I mean, they saw how the last 2 drives went. Just get out of this half, not making the score any worse than it already is, and start fresh in the second half.
Johnson's kick back to the 15-yard line of the Divas. It's going to be returned, but it looks like Sienna Britt, as it's going to be stopped at, guess where? The 35-yard line.
Yep.
Brings up first down and 10 for the Divas as they start at their 35-yard line. With 1 minute and 8 seconds to go left in this first half. And the question now becomes, what do they do?
I think with 1 minute 8 left, they need to give their team a little confidence. I say keep the ball on the ground. Just run this quarter out. Prove to them that they can run the ball. Don't do anything dumb by throwing it, get another interception. Just play it smart, end the half with possession.
Yep. Congielli is going to look to throw now, looking to her right. Pass is going to be short and incomplete as we have another flag on the play. As 4 seconds burn off the clock of that play. Let's check the penalty here.
Intended for Shaquana Gain, Wagonsfield.
Ineligible receipt number 70. Play downfield. Second.
Dolores Elliott, the guilty party on that one. A little bit hard to understand what's been going on from that referee microphone, but moving the ball back 5 yards, bringing up 1st and 15 from the 30-yard line of the Divas.
I'm telling you, for the Divas here, you just want to end the half with the ball.
There was no distance penalty on the penalty declined, incomplete pass. Second down.
Looks like the penalty was declined, so they're going to lose it down. 2nd and 10 now for the 35-yard line for the Divas. Struber out to Congielli's left as she's going to run to her left and try to get a cat pass, and it was caught out of bounds by Dana Blakely. The 13-year player for the Divas gets first down, out of bounds, stopped at the time with 57.8 seconds to go. And it's another first down for the Divas. As pass for the Divas actually worked.
I mean, their 2-minute drill here, both looking outside passes, complete it, get out of bounds, and stop the clock. I'm sure they're going to stick to that for the rest of this drive.
Interesting to see what kind of moves they'll be trying to do just to
I mean,
try to make
look at
something
these
happen.
corners. They're playing so far off. I say go back to the little out routes.
Kelly in motion as Congielli's going to look to throw. Pocket collapsing, and it's incomplete. Almost caught there in the middle of the field by number 0, Gabriella Johnson. Almost a nice throw and catch there, but Johnson cannot hold on to it as she went down to the ground there.
I mean, Passion, they have one high safety. I mean, throwing a post right down the middle directly to him, I don't know if that's not the smartest play call. I say keep him on the outside, get out of bounds.
At this point, they're just trying to get some yardage as the attempt was there. Just couldn't haul it in there for Johnson. Bring up 2nd 10 from the Divas' 46-yard line with 53.0 seconds left. In the first half, the Divas will receive the ball at the start of the second as Congielli is going to look to throw, being pressured and hit as she throws, and incomplete once more. Pass intended for Hermione Buckman, but not able to haul it in.
Congielli, I mean, she just needs to take a breath here. She's just throwing the ball downfield. Like, you need low-risk passes. I mean, especially with 46 seconds left and how many points you're down.
Timeout, DC. Their second charge timeout of the half.
A lot.
Yeah.
That's how many points. As the Divas looks like they're going to take a timeout here. Trying to figure out what their play call strategy is here as we are at 3rd down and 10 from their own 46-yard line with 46.7 seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean, I see the Divas. They're trying to get this drive going. They're really trying to get some points on the board. I mean, they're not running the ball at all.
They're just trying to get something at this point.
Yeah. 46 seconds. I mean, I think they need to avoid the middle of the field, as that's how Congialdi has thrown 2 picks already, one being a pick 6. I think you just have to play this smart and not make a bad play worse.
Those high passes in the flat have been consequential for Congialdi. Only those, like you said, those sideline throws have been effective for her. Let's see what they draw up here.
Especially in the 2-minute draw. I mean, you get a quick catch, maybe get 8-10 yards and get out of bounds, and that's all you need.
3rd down and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Divas. Congialdi pressured, looking to throw. Flag on the play, and pass incomplete, intended for Johnson again, but broken up there.
And the defense of the Passion right now, I mean, not if any routes are open right now.
Defense, number 89, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
Grace Dodza, who received a touchdown earlier for the Passion, called on that play as the ball's going to be moved further down the field into Passion territory. Just over 40 seconds to go in this first half. The Divas just trying to get something going here, as they're going to set 2 receivers on both sides of the offensive line. Let's see what happens here. Congialdi is going to look to throw here. Going to throw it deep. And caught!
Wow.
Caught by Christy Kelly,
Wow.
who's going to be dragged out at around the Passion 7-yard line. Kelly's been a target of Congialdi for a couple of big throw plays, but hasn't been able to catch any until now. And just like that, it's 1st and goal from the Pittsburgh Passion 5-yard line with 32.3 seconds to go.
Yeah, it looked like a little miscommunication there in the Passion. I mean, there was 3 guys over there, but none of them were covering the outside route.
Passion substituting here
Pittsburgh,
as they're going to take a
timeout of the half.
Not ready for that one.
Pittsburgh calls a timeout.
And just like that, such a momentum shift, because before that penalty, DC couldn't really get anything going, but after that, they were able to keep things on the up and up, and now they're inside the Passion 5-yard line trying to get another score, which they haven't done since the beginning of the first half. Their second drive was a touchdown. Their first was an interception.
Yeah, I mean, still 33-7, but this touchdown going into the half would be a big momentum booster. Knowing that they can't get points on the board. I mean, Congialdi, she hasn't been able to get much going throwing. I mean, this drive still, we're incompletions and completions, but they're still getting some plays downfield.
The help of penalties being able to boost the momentum of the DC Divas, as now they're in a good field position, 32.3 seconds with 5 yards to go. Did they open up the playbook a little bit, or did they just run it with Struber, do you think? Because they have 2 running backs, one on each side of Congialdi. As she's going to hand it off to, looks like Struber. She's going to power her way
It's a beast.
inside for a touchdown. Made it look easy, as after a long time in between drives compared to the Passion, the Divas get on the board again.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's your smartest chance at getting the ball in the air, or getting that ball in the touchdown. I mean, give it to your big back, run it right down the middle, and it's going to put 6 on the board.
Bit of an awkward moment here. There's
Timeout, DC. That is their final charge timeout of the half.
as DC takes their final timeout now for some reason,
Yeah, it looks like they had a little trouble getting the,
or maybe
or maybe they're going for 2.
that wouldn't be surprising, considering they're down 20 points right now, trying to get something going here.
But they do have 12 on the field right now, so they're going to have to figure that out.
It's a good thing to know. They don't notice that that's going to ruin any chances of a successful 2-point conversion. still a little bit of time for possibly the Passion to throw a deep ball. 26.6 seconds to go, depending on the play call. We have seen some good plays from Marcelina Chavez and Ellison Mularski, so wouldn't it be out of their realm of possibilities as the one DC player heads off to the sideline. 11 players now in the field as they're going to go for it. Same formation as the touchdown, it looks like.
Tight package. Passion's got 5 in the line. Looks like they got 2 more blitzing.
13 to go on the play clock.
This frees DC up for a free receiver into the flat.
Players shifting. 4 seconds to go on the play clock. Colligan is going to hand it off, and it is good. She powered through. Carrie Hall just ran someone over. My goodness. That was a truck right there.
Yeah, I mean, when you got a running back like that, I don't know where you're not feeding her the ball every play.
Holy smokes. That was a shot.
Handed it off to the other running back, and you can see why they waited on that. That was
wow.
That was brutal.
That was a big hit.
Yeesh.
I mean, I could see why DC was so confident to run the ball there. You got a running back like that in the backfield.
Shrunk down to only 18 points now.
Well, that's definitely a confidence booster going into the second half, knowing that your players can do that.
That 1-2 punch.
Holy smokes.
And looks like we haven't had any rain as of recently, so possibly getting the balls to dry off would help the Devias and the Passion off. So let's see what happens at the end of this first half and going into the second half. As Christy Kelly set to kick it off for the Divas, the one who caught a touchdown or got them into deep territory to set up that touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, with really short time here, I'm sure the Passion just secure the ball and kneel the ball out at the end of this first half.
Possible squib kick, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I mean, almost every kick's been a squib kick.
A little shorter kick, and it's going to be set out of bounds. Going to be set up at the 35-yard line for the Passion with 26.6 seconds to go. We're going to be first down and 10. Do you think they just need out here?
I think that's what the smart play would be.
We have illegal kick out of bounds. Kicking team. Ball retraced at the 35-yard line. First down.
That's because they kicked it out of bounds, but that would be the smart play for the Passion here for Pittsburgh. I mean, there's 26 seconds left. I don't know why they would try to get some more points on the board, especially with a 33-15 lead.
Well, the one big concern possibly is the fact that the Divas are going to get the ball back at the beginning of the second half, so possibly try to do something there. But we're going back to the Marcelina Chavez, Devon Peace backfield package. This is going to be a play fake and handoff to Peace. She's going to make a big run for it. First down and more. Has blockers ahead of her. Shoved for one of the blockers. She's going and shoved out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
Wow.
What about a 40 to 50-yard run there, Peace?
I mean, I was saying that the kneeling it out would be the smart play, but I mean, if you think you can make plays like that, I mean, keep it up all the way down to the opposite, what was that, 15-yard line.
And we have a Divas player down there. I don't know if you saw Vaughn, but one of the players that was being blocked, one of the blockers, she shoved one of the defenders in front of her. Not sure if that was that person, but still.
Yeah, no, she had 2 lead blockers ahead of her. Definitely a good opportunity to score, but I mean, you can't complain being on the opposite 15 because now, I mean, they have 14 seconds, a legit chance to get another touchdown on the board.
We have officials timeout for injury.
Or at the very least, a field goal as we get our second injury timeout here. Another Divas player has been slow to get up.
Yeah, second of the game. You can see players all across the field starting to cramp up on the Passion, stretching them out.
And this is definitely not a great momentum swing for the Divas, who just after that great play, getting it, marching down the field and then scoring a touchdown, getting that incredible 2-point conversion, the Passion come right back and say, you want to run it? We'll run it too. And we'll get a 40-something yard gain going down to the 16-yard line of the Divas with 14.4 seconds to go.
Never want to see hurt players on the field.
Especially not this type of environment. Still can't get over that 2-point conversion. That was amazing. I didn't see that coming. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Yeah, the truck was unreal.
It shows still how much, I think what we've seen from this first half is how much skill and dedication these players put in. They're really just playing it for fun, but they still are really putting in the time and effort, and you can see it in a lot of these players. You can show how much love they have for the game.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, these girls are putting their heart and soul into this. I mean, I think they're trying to prove to other girls around the world that if they want to play football, they can do that. If they want to do anything, they can do it.
Especially because all these women have regular day jobs. This is just what they do on the side for fun. As Chavez is going to roll out to her right. Big shove by the offensive line. And caught. Shoved out of bounds by who else but Ellison Mularski. Shoved out of bounds around the 2-yard line.
We continue to see this throughout the game. Chavez rolling out into the flat and delivering pretty passes to Evelyn Mularski. And I don't think there's maybe any teams in this league that can compete with that.
Would you say that these are design rollouts, do you think?
I would assume so.
Because it feels very intentional. This looks like we have a timeout on the Passion sideline. Whistle being blown before the play being run. See what the situation is here. Unless the Divas call a timeout, which they do not have, by the way. Not sure what would happen there. Possibly a half the distance penalty. But you don't really see that, though. Just ever. Bit of a interesting scenario here. A couple of referees were signaling timeout as they were getting ready to start.
But I know that DC out of timeouts.
No timeout. The defense is allowed to substitute, so we have no penalty on the play.
Despite the spotty microphone, we can understand what was going on there. Since the offense substituted, the Passion substituted, the Divas were still substituting, as we saw after the play was stopped. Let's see what happens here. 1st and 3 from the 3-yard line of the Divas. 8.4 seconds, probably about a couple plays left. But question is, who do you run it with? Do you think you run it with Devon Peace, or do you run it outside with Chavez, or dial something up?
I mean, I think you put the ball in the hands who's been scoring the touchdowns. I think they're going to give it to Peace here. I mean, when you're within the 2-yard line, got to give it to your running back. But no.
Chavez is going to hold on to it. And looking, Mularski with the block. And in for the touchdown. 2.2 seconds left, and that's going to stop the clock there. They kind of ended the clock a little bit preemptively. But Chavez running in for another touchdown.
At the end of the first half.
At the end of the extra point.
Play the extra point.
Man, that's incredible. Nobody would have even thought that DC was going to be able to get that ball in the end zone. And
we have 2 scores at that amount of time.
With 30 seconds left, Pittsburgh was able to get his score back on the board as well. I mean, you got to think that goes all the momentum that DC had going into this half.
And Johnson's kick is good. So at the end of the first half, we have a score of 40-15. Your Pittsburgh Passion
At the end of the first half.
Going into the second half, the DC Divas will receive the ball. And this is a bit of fun first half, I think, in terms of very exciting on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, 40-15. It's a very high-scoring first half. I think anytime those points are up on the board, it's going to be exciting football, no matter the team. But I mean, I'm excited to see how the second half plays out. I mean, we were seeing maybe a little momentum shift going in DC's way with that touchdown at the end of the half, but with, I think it was 28 seconds left, Pittsburgh was able to pull out another score with a huge run from the opposite side of the field, and with the leadership of Chavez and Mularski, they were able to put another score on the board, pulling this score even farther away than it was before.
Well, it looks like we're going to have some halftime festivities with the team. They're staying out in the field, so well, you guys enjoy that, and we'll see you at the end of the first half.
See ya.
Have joined us for a photo with the team and a Mother's Day tribute. The team has also welcomed all cancer survivors to join on the field. The Pittsburgh Passion, thank you. Happy Mother's Day.
I'm here with Mrs. Mularski of the Pittsburgh Passions. She's a gym teacher here at Pine-Richland, so I'm going to ask you a few questions. What position do you play?
I play wide receiver, and I do some running back now, and I do kickoff returns.
What number are you?
I am number 22.
How does it feel to play in front of your school at the stadium in front of your students?
Ooh, I am so excited. I think my students only see me in like a professional setting in the classroom or in the gym setting, so to get to see me in a different light, I'm really excited for my students to see that.
Thank you. Good luck.
Well, hello everyone. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the second half of this WFA football home opener for the Pittsburgh Passion. The team up 40-15 against the DC Divas, who are set to return the ball, and will do so at the 17-yard line. Going to be returned down the middle of the field, still on their feet, and then going to be tackled at the 26-yard line to start their first drive of the second half. The Divas have a long way to go here, down 25 points. As for the first time in the second half, we get to see the Divas offense, see how many adjustments they make trying to regain from such a deficit as the one they are currently in. Amanda Conglialdi in the backfield. Sarah Struber to her left. And it's going to be taken by Struber up the middle of the field and taken down for a gain of about 4 yards there. Bringing up second down and 6 at the 34-yard line for the Passion, for the Divas.
Brought down by Tony Cash.
Who's the ball carrier? 6. What number? Hongdiel is going to take the air there and caught on the high side. As that is going to be about a gain of about 9 yards there, bringing up 3rd and 1 from the Passion, or from the Diva 38-yard line.
I'm sure, I mean, after that first half, the Divas, they got that little momentum booster, getting the ball downfield, throwing the ball. I mean, I'm sure after this halftime, they wiped the balls off. They're not wet anymore. They got a little more confidence. Let this quarterback air the ball out, and especially more confidence with their running back after that big 2-point conversion. That she's gonna be falling forward, making some forward yards. There she is.
Again to Whitney Sooms.
Oh my God!
Plowing through another defender, getting that first down. As the chains will be moved once again. Sims now getting the majority of the runs. Sarah Struber was the original main running back, but Sims has moved to the primary running back, it seems, after the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, I think Whitney Sims is going to be a big part of the second half.
Especially after that 2-point conversion, we saw how much power she was able to project onto other players, just move them out of the way. Play fake to the middle, and Kongyeon is going to throw it to Gabriella Johnson, who's going to get a gain of about 20 yards on that one. Brings up another first down for the Divas, as they're going to get a more positive yards. And it looks like you were right, Vaughn. Looks like they're more easily able to catch the ball. Haven't really seen much of an issue so far.
Yeah, the quarterback too, Kongyeon, looks a lot more relaxed. I mean, that's a similar route that she was throwing earlier in the game that got picked, but now she's stepping into her throws, sitting in the pocket, delivering a nice ball for completion.
Hand off to Sims, and she's going to get about a 1-yard gain on that one. Stopped pretty much immediately there. Looks like
if you give Sims some open field, she's going to be falling forward. I mean, contact's made her in the backfield, and there's not much she could do about that, but she's proven herself to be able to be a big hitter.
Very effective in the short run game. As we have 2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line of the Passion on the first drive of the second half for both sides here. Play clock down to 2 seconds now. Trying to get the ball off, but not going to get it off in time, as there is going to be no time left on the
number
play
78. 5-yard penalty.
It looks like that was an offsides too, number 78.
Second down. Correct.
Saw the Kongyeon trying to get the ball off, but couldn't get off in time. So the play clock runs down, and they move it back 5 yards. The clock's still running. 10 minutes and 55 seconds to go now, as the play fake to Sims is going to be thrown up and incomplete. Intended receiver Shikanda Gainey.
Kongyeon, she's not doing great with the pressure. I mean, I think if you're DC, you got to get her a comfortable pocket. I mean, when she sits there in the pocket and throws, she throws a pretty ball. But, I mean, with any type of pressure, all of her throws look like that. It's a little floater in the air. You need to protect your quarterback.
Their inconsistencies and the penalties are why the Diva are now at a 2nd and 15 at the Passion 41-yard line. They're able to make some plays, but they're not able to capitalize on others. Now, leading to a interesting scenario here with 6 seconds left to go on the play clock. They're going to have to quickly get this ball out again. 2 seconds with 1 and another delay of game.
No ref is calling it.
That was like a 5 seconds after the play clock hit 0. There it is.
Offense, number 6. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
And the deficit to go just keeps going further and back. That was 2nd and 20 from the 41-yard line. And it's not like the Passion where the quarterback Marcelia Chavez has to go off and get the play every time. Kongyeon is just slow to get it off. Kongyeon is going to roll out to her left, flag down, and going to be incomplete. Almost caught on the far side, but no gain on that one. But we have a flag on the play. Let's check the penalty here.
I mean, DC's just shooting them in the foot. I mean, you can't have that many delayed games in a single drive. You're not going to be able to get any drives going that way.
Defense, number 56.
Wow.
5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
Delilah Flats, the guilty party in that one. Basically, the free play going to be moving the Divas back to where they were prior to the first delay of game penalty. Now, 3rd and 15 from the 46-yard line of the Passion. They're just kind of stuck in their own dead spot here. Congiali looking to throw here. Gonna roll it to right, pressured by the Passion. Rolling back, trying to find an open receiver. Sims blocking for her. Throws deep downfield and broken up. Gabriella Johnson, the intended receiver there.
I mean,
But it was just broken up on the play there. Ashley DeSico.
I mean, when it's a
was
third
able
and long
to-
like that, the quarterback, I mean, rolling out, that's really risky, especially when you got two defenders running up in your face. Probably would have been the smartest play just to get rid of that. But, I mean, fourth down, they don't have great field position, but I could see them maybe going for it with the score being 40-15 right now.
Just trying to find something, but nothing was gained there. As there's another play clock issue. Up there it goes. I was gonna say they're about to run out of time again. Now down to 17 seconds. As they're gonna go for it here. 4th and 15. Possibly because of the fact that they're at the Passion 41. As Congiali is gonna throw it deep downfield and intercepted possibly? Possibly intercepted.
Looks like she dropped it.
Makes sense. Trying to give yourself, you're basically losing yourself field position if you do that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a smart play by the defender. I mean, if she had the opportunity to pull that down, let it go for better field position. I mean, even though it would have counted for an interception on her stats, it's smart to let that one go.
But they're a team play right there, just trying to. The only real incentive to starting farther back was to be to burn more time, but not sure how much of a benefit that would be. So it's now 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of the Passion after the turnover on downs. And just a quick reminder that it's 40-15, so very large margin of points. So if the Passion are able to extend their lead here, this could be detrimental to any comeback for the Divas, as it's handed off to Devin Peace, who's able to keep her momentum going and runs out of bounds at around the 43 to 42 yard line of the Divas.
And just want to give props there, number 65, Jaqueline Cook. I don't know if you guys saw that from the camera, but she drove her defender back almost 5 yards and put her on her back. I mean, that's what you want from your linemen, playing till the whistle, playing the whole play out. I mean, that's how you get a solid run game established.
Shows the true spirit and effort of a football player. As we now have a 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line of the Divas. This is going to be a handoff to Peace, who's trying to find an open hole. Finds one, breaking defenders, and taken down at the 28-yard line of the Divas. About a 13-yard play off of that one, and then the sticks get moved again.
Man, Peace now showing what she can do for this offense. I mean, she was getting the ball in the first half, but now she's really getting a lot of positive yards, helping out the offense.
Waiting for the play call by Chavez in that Len Dawson-style huddle. 17 seconds left of this play clock. 8 minutes 33 left in the quarter. As there's 2 receivers down at the bottom of your screen, 1 on the top. Tight end in motion there to the top of your screen. As Peace moves to that following side and runs up the middle. Gain of about 9 or 10 on that one.
I just want to give props to this line here. I mean, they're making these gaps for Peace fit a semi-truck through these holes. And she's taking advantage of it and getting a lot of positive yards. This is a great drive. I mean, no need to throw the ball when your run game's this good.
Peace has been able to knife through this defensive line for the Divas. And it's, like you said, all credit to the Passion being able to open those holes and make some positive yardage.
This is also a product of the quarterback, number 11, Chavez. I mean, the defense has to respect her pass game as she was lighting them up the whole first half, which is now really opening up the run game.
As well as Chavez's run game, as she's going to pitch it to a different player, it looks like, as we get a flag on the play. Not sure who that was, but looks like it might be Sarah Paladin.
Yeah.
Who's going to run for a first down pending the penalty, but it looks like it's going to be taken back.
Offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
Cody Johnson, the tight end, being penalized for that, and the ball's going to be moved back to the 25 of the Divas. First and 20 now with 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this quarter.
I mean, even with this first down marker being pulled back, I don't think it's anything to worry about. They're averaging about 8 to 10 yards a carry. I mean, they can do so many things here because their pass game's been on too.
They have 3 receivers lined up in the back and on the sides. As Chavez is going to take it herself, running, using those receivers as blockers, moving down the field and inside the red zone for another possibly a first down, either that or a short, close to a first down.
That's Chavez again, reminding everybody of her legs, how dangerous she is when she gets open field in front of her.
Someone's slow to get up for the Diva, but they're
We have officials timeout for injury.
all right, but they're going to take a timeout for that nevertheless. Shouldn't take very long, though, as we now have 2nd and 2 from the 9-yard line of the Divas, as any momentum that the Divas might have had has been crushed, which will be soon seen as long as the Passion can drill it into the end zone. 2 receivers up top, 1 on the bottom of your screen. Piece lined up in the backfield behind Chavez, as whistle being blown here.
What number? Snap infraction, 57, offense. 5-yard penalty, remains second
Setting
down.
offsides.
Kylie Roebuck, the center, being called for false start. They're not very often you see that kind of play or that kind of penalty. But that backs the Passion up 5 more yards, brings up 2nd and 7 from the Divas 14-yard line. But it looks like they're going to run the same formation as before, except having that one outside blocker on the other side. Hand off to Palin again, and she's going to get about a gain of 1-yard line. Going to be stopped at around the 15-yard line of the Divas.
Now they're on this real close to this left hash. They got a lot of field to work with on the right side of the ball. I mean, with the legs of Chavez, I think that they give her some room to work with, get some out routes going, open up the field, and I mean, 8 yards to go for a first down.
5 minutes and 16 seconds. The clock's still running throughout this. So there's now 2 receivers on each side of the line. Play fake to Paladin as Chavez is going to throw it deep and out of the end zone. Not going to be caught. Nevertheless, not sure who that was intended to, but looks like that might have been Peace actually. But incomplete. Nevertheless, brings up 4th down and 8 from the Divas 15-yard line.
I mean, this perfect drive. Shoot themselves in the foot with some penalties, and I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it here.
Yeah, they kind of stalled out, but wouldn't be not surprised to go for it. A lot of offensive line players as Chavez is going to roll out to her right, looking for a player downfield. Avoids a rusher, and it's caught.
Wow.
The receiver hit as she completes the catch, but it looks like it's going to be a first down for the Passion, possibly.
Man,
maybe.
what a catch. From her knee, avoiding a defender, number 11, Chavez, moving around in the pocket, allowing the receivers to get open, completing a nice pass for a first down on 4th down.
And it looks like that was Ellison Mularski, because who else? Because she's the one that's been making all the spectacular catches so far. Brings up 1st and goal from the Divas 6-yard line. Piece lined up behind Chavez, as there's another player lined up behind her as well. And it's going to be handed off.
Ooh.
And stopped it around the 1 yard line.
Man, big run there. I mean, you got your first down. You comfortably run the ball. You got a few tries to get in the end zone. And now leaving for a 1 yard to get in the end zone.
As it looks like that was Cody Johnson, the usually tight end, taking the run from that one. Brings up second and goal. So very close to the goal line here. See what they do. Try to get it in the goal. Hand off to Paladin and untouched. He scores again. And the Passion go up 46-15 with just under 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Man, that's a great drive. I mean, just played smart, choose some time off the clock. I mean, they wasted about 12 minutes there. It was 15-minute quarters. But, I mean, run off a bunch of time, got some points in the end zone. And if this was high school, it's now a mercy rule.
And the kick is good just to add a little bit of extra sting to that drive. Now 47-15. And unless some absolute miracle happens, it looks like the Pittsburgh Passion is set to win their second game of the season in their home opener here at Pine-Richland Stadium. Now the Passion are not going to play again here. Their next game at home will be against the New York Wolves at George K. Couples Stadium, and then we'll play 2 weeks after that against the Boston Renegades at the Slippery Rock Stadium. So this is unfortunately the last time we'll see the Passion here, but judging by how good they are, we have some pretty good confidence in them, I think.
Yeah. I mean, with their weapons between their quarterback, Chavez, Peace, their running back, and number 22, Mularski, I mean, they got some serious weapons. They got a lot of tricks up their sleeve, and I think they're going to have a great season.
Both these teams winning their first game, the Passion winning at the Alabama Fire 36-7. So if that's any indication of how this game would have gone, kind of should have seen that coming. As Johnson set to take another kickoff and going to be received at the 15-yard line of the Divas. Going to be returned for a good gain here. A whole couple of defenders here still on her feet and taken down around the 37-yard line, 36-yard line. It looks like they're going to spot her. And the Divas get great field position to start out their drive.
I think that was Kuchira Johnson on the return.
She's been the return specialist, making a lot of these great returning plays.
She's very quick. I mean, number 25 playing DB. I think she could probably be an asset on the offensive side of the ball.
I would agree on that. So the Divas trying to make something happen here with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Lining up 4 receivers, trying to see if they can make the pass game happen. The run game somewhat ineffective for them in this second half. Amanda Kung Leoni's going to pass it off to Sarah Struber, it looks like, again. She's going to go for another good 11 yards there.
I mean, if you're DC, I think you stick to the run game. I mean, it's been working for you. Their average carry or average yardage per carry is unreal, and I think you need to stick to that.
Especially after looking at that first drive that they had where they were able to just run it down the middle, as they're doing right here again. About a gain of 5 or 6 on that play. Not a first down, but still pretty good field position for the Divas to set up another good play.
Yes, I mean, even there was a 6-yard run.
Yes.
I mean, you can take that all game and still get points on the board. I mean, right now being down 47-15, you got to get some quicker points on the board if you want to come back in this game, but
you also have to trust in your defense too.
Yeah.
2nd and 4 from the 18. Let's see what the Divas plan here. They're going to hand it off to the player in motion there. He's going to go around the outside. still on the field, and that's going to be about the 9-yard line. Christy Kelly, the player that's been in motion for the majority of these plays. And again, looks like about the first down, first and goal now from the Passion 10-yard line.
I mean, we got a powerful running back, number 24, Whitney Sims. You got that threat down the middle, and you also got the speed of those outside guys. Your run game is what you need to hold.
As Sims fumbles the ball, and it looks like the Passion gets on it. And they do. So just when it looks like the Divas are going to get something happen, get on the board again, they lose it.
Yeah,
quite literally.
They're just having too many crucial mistakes. I mean, every good drive, it seems, they end up shooting themselves in the foot and either losing the ball or
We got a timeout.
pick six.
Injury on the field.
We have an injured player on the field.
And especially tacking on the fact that any sort of miscue that the Divas have, that the Passion are able to capitalize on. And that's why they're up 47-15.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure this game would be a lot tighter without the big crucial mistakes.
Yeah, especially the plays like the pick six that we had earlier.
And that's, what is that, fumble number 2, number 3?
I think so. Looks like we have never mind. Just one player down.
This is the 3rd player down this game.
For the Divas, which is not something you want to see once, not twice, not 3 times for that matter. So this is just truly unfortunate. That could be some of the reason that they're not doing as good, because they don't have as much depth.
Yeah.
Obviously, a position such as defensive tackle, which it looks like most of these players have been playing at, losing them very detrimental to a defense.
Especially with Pittsburgh's strong running game. You need your best 4 up there on the defensive line to have any chance of stopping them. But, I mean, what we've seen with Pittsburgh's offense and their run game, I don't know if anybody in this league will be able to stop that. As I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that they had a perfect season last year.
I can fact check you on that.
Yeah.
But the injured player walking off on their own power, which is good to see. Minute
Number
21
53.
left in the 3rd quarter here. Passion up 47-15.
Yeah, number 53, Nia Wimberly, walking off the field by herself. Always a good thing to see.
So the Passion get the ball at their own 10-yard line. Obviously not the ideal situation, but not something that they're unequipped to handle. So let's see what they'll pull out here, with Chavez going to hand it off to Sarah Paladin, who's received multiple of these run plays, as she's able to keep her legs churning and go for about 15 yards, getting tackled at the 25-yard line, bring up a first down for the Passion.
I mean, if you're Pittsburgh here, the smartest thing is just to keep the ball on the ground, keep this time ticking. I mean, you have such a comfortable lead. You just want to get this game over as quickly as possible without any big mistakes like an interception or something that could bring the Divas back in this game.
Yeah, I think at this point both teams kind of just know what the inevitability will be. As Paladin's going to be taking the ball on the opposite side, still on her feet with some blockers, and another 15-yard carry for the first down, as the Passion will get the first down at the 35-yard line.
I will say these cornerbacks are making a lot of plays. I mean, a lot of crucial plays. I mean, if these receivers can get hold of these these cornerbacks or safeties, then these 10-yard, 15-yard gains would probably be touchdowns, as they're saving a lot of big runs.
This could be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Is 4 seconds now we have on the play clock, or the game clock. It looks like they're just gonna let this one wind down.
Concludes the quarter.
So after 3 quarters of WFA play, we have a score of 47-15 for the Passion and 15 for the Divas.
Yes, I mean, going into this fourth quarter with that big of a lead, there's not much that the Divas could do here. I mean, it's going to take a miracle for them to get back in this game, especially how well Pittsburgh's been playing.
Do you think at this point they start putting in their secondary players, their backups?
Yeah, I mean, if they haven't already. I mean, this is a pretty big lead. The game, I mean, never say never, but it's pretty much over.
I'll hold you to that. We got 15 minutes to play. We can see what happens.
Hold me to it, Blake.
No, I'm not to be a downer, but I don't think it's gonna happen either. But
Yeah.
you never know.
Exactly.
It looks like we have a different quarterback in for the Passion. So yes, we have gotten to that point. Emma Gurley, the 12th year quarterback for the Paladin, for the Passion. Paladin is the running back who is fake to play, as Gurley's going to try to run with the ball still and stopped 1 yard short of the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd and 11.
We'll see. I mean, I think number 11, Chavez, has done enough for this team. I mean, we've seen that she's a valuable player. This is a smart move, taking her off the field.
Yeah,
No risk of getting injured for future games.
She has quite literally carried this team to the point margin that it is right now, so I would quite agree with you on that. So Gurley is now going to be the running back and forth across the field, trying to get those plays out as quick as possible. 5 seconds left on the play clock, as possibly a jump there, but a little hesitation, but they're going to keep going, as Paladin's going to get the ball for about 2 yards. It's fumble, possibly, but it looks like they're going to whistle it dead.
Oh, no, that was weird. That looked like everybody on the field stopped. Like they all knew it was an offsides, but I guess the officials didn't see that.
They just let it play out. They want to go home too.
I guess so.
13 minutes and 44 now left on the clock. And then Passion is just going to take all the time in the world just to let this burn. 16 seconds left on the play clock now, with 13 and a half just under to go in the game.
Looks like all the backups in is another star player. Ellison Mularski is also not in the game.
As Gurley's going to roll it to her left, almost falls over there, but stays on her feet, trying to get past that line of scrimmage, and does. Hits someone out of bounds, but only gained of about 2 yards. So it's about 4th and 7 for them. So do you think they punt here?
Yeah, it looks like their punt team's coming out. I mean, this late in the game, that bad of position, there's no need to go for it. Even though it's been working for them earlier in the game, at this point, there's no reason.
I don't think the Passion have punted yet, so this is going to be a first for us. Only the Divas have punted so far. So we'll see the kicking ability for the punts.
And I don't think it's any disrespect to the punter, like they don't believe she's going to get a good punt, or more that they have the confidence that they're going to get the first down, as they've done, if not every time, almost every single time this game.
Offense, number 85. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
However, the play clock's going to run out for the Passion there, so they're going to move it back 5 yards and go from there, see what kind of punt you'll get. Punt's dropped there, and it's going to be taken down at around the 16-yard line. So that was a double whammy for the Passion. That 5-yard penalty and then the missed punt gives the Divas great field advantage. They're going to start at the Passion's 17 or so yard line.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a time to make a turning point, now would be the time.
11 minutes and 47 seconds left in this game. The close margin of 47-15. As looks like the Divas are keeping all their players in still. Amanda Congialdi still behind center for the Divas, alongside Sarah Struber for the running back position. 5 seconds left on the play clock, and Struber's gonna, or Congialdi's gonna look, and just like that, caught for a touchdown to Christy Kelly, the wide receiver 1 for the Divas. Finally able to score since I think the end of the second quarter, and the Divas score once more, putting that score at 21-47.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the Divas aren't ready to give up yet. I mean, they still got all their starters in.
And they're going for 2. So
they're still going for 2, trying to close this gap.
They're trying. They're putting up a fight.
And you got to respect that, and not laying down and letting the
belly.
clock run out. Yeah, exactly.
As looks like we have a timeout.
Timeout.
Yep.
Pittsburgh. Their first charge timeout of the half.
Pittsburgh possibly didn't like what they saw there, so they're gonna take a timeout. So, do we think that the Divas have enough time? Because they have 11 minutes and 41 seconds left. We saw what happened when there's 30 seconds left in a quarter, and there was 2 scores that happened on both sides of the ball. That was the last time the Divas scored before this one. So, is it possible, or is the Diva defense not going to be able to withstand this Passion offense?
I mean, we've seen them take a 2-point conversion before. I'm curious if they're going to go back to their running back, Whitney Sims, who had that huge truck earlier in the game. They're going to put their faith in her if they're going to try to air it out here. If I were them, I'd keep the ball on the ground. It's what's been working for them.
At this time, every point matters for the Divas. They're going to go out there and play their hardest. Going to have some motion here, and the run game going to be stopped. The Christy Kelly motion did not phase this Passion defense, and the score remains 47-21. So the Passion will receive the ball next, and we'll see what will happen with this backup offense. Possibly the Divas can make a stop on defense.
I mean, if my math is correct, they're going to need 4 more touchdowns to get back in this game. I mean, from what we've seen earlier in the game, they're really going to have to make a switch. I mean, maybe some last-minute adjustments will help them make this, but unlikely. We're going to have to see how they make these next few couple of plays.
If they go for a 2-point conversion every time and don't make it, they'll need 5 touchdowns. But if they make a 2-point conversion every time, they'll only need 4. Same with if they go for an extra point.
Okay.
So it is possible.
Tough ask, but see what they can do.
They just have to really worry about time management. That's the main kicker here. As the Divas kicker set to send the ball away to the Passion once again. It's a low kick going to be sent around the 25-yard line. Going to be sent back, trying to be picked up at the 2-yard line. Trying to return a ball here and not going to get very far. Jasmine Johnson going to get it to about the 14-yard line of the Passion. Probably should have let that one go into the end zone, but as we see, looks like Ellison Mularski is coming back in trying to extend that lead, but the replacement quarterback of Emma Gurley is still in.
No, it looks like Chavez is coming back out.
Oh, yes, she is. The Divas scored and the Passions went, wait, Paul, we got to actually do offense now?
So that might have been a reality check for them. Like, all right, they're not going to lay down. I think they might have took that personally, and they're ready to punch the nail in the coffin here.
Looks like they're trying to set up an air attack, but they'll send it with the run game. Chavez going to take it. Ooh, big block. And then she's going to run into someone. Multiple flags coming in from both sides of the field. That was a rough block. This could be an interesting penalty. Let's see what the result of that is.
It looked like a little physical on the top side of the field.
Possibly a block in the back. That's why they're moving back 5 yards. Or half the distance. Right now they're at the 14-yard line.
I think that might have been a blindside or maybe a targeting.
This is college level, so they could
Blindside
have...
block. Offense, number 22. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Yeah, while they do run on modified NCAA rules, I don't expect them to do call targeting because of the fact that that would require video review. So they'll just go with the blindside block there. No video review in the the WFA, the Women's Football Alliance. These two teams a part of that. In the regular season game, week 2 of 8. As Chavez rolls out to her right and is going to be batted down by the Divas.
It's a scary throw right there.
2nd and 16.
On that comeback, when that cornerback's ready to jump that route, I mean, any throw behind him, your receiver on a comeback is scary, especially this close to your own end zone. That could have very easily been taken back for 6.
The Passion are at their own 7-yard line right now after the penalty, so they're going to try to make some deep ball throws. 2nd and 17 after the incompletion. 11 minutes and 3 seconds to go in this football game. 10 seconds left on the play clock. We'll see what play the Passion pull out here. As Chavez is going to fake the shovel and look to her right and almost evade a block and a tackle, but does not stay on her feet. So she will possibly gain maybe a yard or even lose some.
It's a huge tackle on the outside. There's a lot of green grass in front of Chavez. That could have been another big gain for the Passion, as we've seen earlier in this football game.
That does keep the clock running, though. So, well, that was a loss of 1 yard. That is also a loss of about 40 seconds, as it will continue to roll here.
Imagine they go back to the same thing as that's been working for them. Little rollout.
A little bit of bumping in there, but gonna keep running there. Open field here.
Wow.
Got a lot of blockers here. Going down the far sideline. One player to beat. Can she do it? The gap is widening, and 90-something yards. What was that? 94 yards, and after the play, that's a dirty hit. That's going to be a late hit. They'll get a flag on the field. 96 or 94 yards.
That'll be 2 flags. There was
Devin,
also, or no, that's going to be a towel.
Yes. Devin Peace taking that to the distance. Just when every time we think that the Passion are on the back foot, they come out and do something like that. 96 yards. That was that was a foot race, and that gap opened up, and that defender that lost pace decided to say, I'm going to tackle you either way. I'm going to hit you.
Yeah, that was about the 5th or 6th third and long that they've converted for not only a first down, but more. That was an incredible run.
That was a first down, and goodbye.
Probably the highlight of the night right there.
The result of the play.
That was incredible.
Is a touchdown. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense, number 30. That penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
Bridget Maggio was the player that had the unnecessary roughness, as you could classify it as, but it was classified by the referees as unsportsmanlike conduct. As the Passion's lead goes up to 54 after the extra point. 9 minutes and 50 seconds left. And I can see why they put their starters back in, because they definitely came out and showed up.
Yeah, that just about did it. I mean, if Diva's not ready to put their backups in now, I don't know what would convince them to do that. That just about punched the nail in the coffin and sealed this game.
I don't know what sealed the coffin, what like really ended that game. I think probably when that pick six happened, that when everything kind of went downhill.
Yeah. I mean, now they need, 6 touchdowns?
They need a lot of. They need 13 points, or no, they need 33 points. I can do math. 33 points, yes.
So it'd be 5 touchdowns.
Yes. So they're going to need a couple of good plays on offense and defense, which, no offense to them, might not seem likely.
Yeah, they're going to need about a touchdown every minute and a half.
They're going to need to show up or have the Passion put in the backups and stay with their backups, or even go to their third strings, as the kickoff's going to be put at the 50-yard line because of the unsportsmanlike conduct. So we might actually see a kickoff get put into the back of the end zone. They'll still probably go to the 35-yard line, though, considering the trend that we've seen throughout this game. As Cody Johnson set to kick it away once more. Low kick there, buffed by the returner. Not picked up yet, almost picked up by the Passion, but the Diva returner was able to hold on to it. As Gabriella Johnson, number 0, was able to retrieve her muffed kick. I think we've seen that a couple times today, Vaughn.
Yeah, the return men on honestly both sides of the balls have made their mistakes, but I mean, I think if you're DC, I mean, they still have their starters in. I mean, number 6, Amanda Congialdi, still in there. Maybe trying to get some drives going, boost her confidence for future games.
Just trying to get something. As Congialdi is going to roll out to her right, throw a good pass, but short, intended for Dana Blakey, right at the numbers of the 30-yard line. Now 2nd and 10 from the 22 of the Divas.
Yes, and I mean, play like that, you need your quarterback to settle down, set her feet, deliver ball. She was wide open. There was no pressure. She might be a little amped up right now, some adrenaline.
Frustrated.
Just take a deep breath, maybe a little frustrated. Right now you just need to complete some passes.
Congialdi is going to look to throw again, and it's caught down to the 45-yard line of the Pittsburgh Passion side. Shakonda Gainey, number 83 for the Divas. And the clock continues to roll now at 9 minutes and 10 seconds. As they actually get some momentum going. I think that's the first down we've seen in a little bit, but the question is, are they able to capitalize on it? As Congialdi is going to look to throw again, and the reception is made.
It's a scary throw. I mean, that's a quick one, those quick slants. You need to catch, step, and throw. Because, if it's a little late, risk getting picked off, or you're running right into a middle linebacker that's ready to take your receiver's head off.
Blakey with the reception with the gain of 8. They're going to quickly get this ball out. Congialdi is going to look to throw again. And overthrown. Christy Kelly, the wide receiver 1.
I mean, these outside routes, these middle routes, these deep routes, they're opening up. But the quarterback just can't deliver.
Bit of underthrowing, a bit of overthrowing kind of in the middle. It's where you want it to be, obviously. So that clock continues to run. Not right now because of the incompletion, but at at running timer, when it gets going, it's daunting for a team down by so many points. As it's going to be a handoff for a gain of about 1 there.
I mean,
He
now
stopped at the 40-yard line.
I think Pittsburgh's just proven a point. I mean, this is their home opener. That you're coming into their state, their city. They're not letting you walk away with a win, and they've proven that tonight.
The power of Pine-Richland. It was all because it was here at Pine-Richland Stadium.
That's it.
As DC's going to take their first timeout of the half with 7 minutes and 49 seconds to go.
I mean, these girls are tough. They're not taking their foot off the pedal. I mean, even though the score is pretty high, they've proven that they
come here to play.
They come here to play. They're not easing up. I mean, even though some of the backups are in, they're playing tough too. I mean, they're trying to get an opportunity, maybe get more playing time, get on the field more. I mean, I've been really impressed with what the Pittsburgh Passion's been able to do today.
I agree. Even though it's 54-21, the amount of dedication and work that you can see in both these teams is really incredible. And I just like to point out that these teams are not new. The Passion was formed in 2002, and the Divas were created in 2000. And there's some players that have been with them for the entire duration of the franchises that are still there. As Congielli is going to make another throw and get a first down there. Looks like that might have been to Blakey again.
I like to mention, you mentioned that it started in 2002, that the Pittsburgh Passion would not be possible without Franco Harris and his family's support for the program and making this whole team possible.
Harris's family has some share in the company, or in the team, even after his late untimely passing of only about a year ago, which is surprising. The pass on the previous play intended for Blakey, incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line of the Passion. As you can see, the desperation trying to get something going.
Divas still not letting up. Sticking to the
It's
run.
going to be a run up the middle here. Going to be a gain of 10 yards plus and get that first down. Clock's going to keep running. 7 minutes, 7 seconds left, but it gets it to a Diva first down. So they're going to go no huddle here. Try to minimize the amount of time in between plays here, as Congielli is going to look to throw, overthrown, intended for Christy Kelly again. Could have been a very dangerous throw, very dangerous result. Brings up 3rd down and 10 from the 20-yard line of the Passion.
The Divas here, trying to go deep, trying to get a quick score and touchdown. I mean, they've obviously shown that they're not ready to give up yet. I mean, even with the big score deficit, they're still trying to score as many points as they can.
6 minutes and 43 seconds left. This is going to be a handoff down the middle. Ooh, a big hit as that run is stopped right there. Sarah Struber got absolutely run over there.
I know that safety hit. She had a nice little head start at the running back. Running back's making a cut, bringing the boom. That's what you love to see from these players.
The wall was enforced on that play. Brings up 3rd and 2 now for the Divas. Seeing as that hit basically stopped the first down from occurring. Maybe another handoff to Struber, who's going to get the first down, and then
another one,
possibly more. One of the other.
Danasha Harris with the big hit. Pittsburgh Passion, also showing that they're not going to make these points come easy.
The Divas are marching down the field now. It is now 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. 5 minutes 36 seconds left to go in the game. Quick handoff to Struber, who's going to run around, evade some defenders, and get in for the touchdown. Possibly, yes.
If there's anything that the Divas have learned from this game, is that Whitney Sims is a red zone running back. I mean, get her the ball in the red zone and she's gonna do work. She's a tank. She's been real physical, making big hits and getting that ball in the end zone.
And obviously they're gonna go for 2 here, try to make it 29-54 with 5 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Two running backs one on either side of Congliani. It'd be a handoff down the middle, and it is good. So the Divas still have not given up yet, as we can see the rain now coming down. So it looks like they're gonna resort back to the run game on both sides. There's a lot of rain coming down now, so any kind of pass game will be hampered immediately.
Yeah, it's tough to see on the broadcast, but the rain's coming down pretty hard over the lights on the field. And I mean, game's pretty much over, but I'm sure that any chance that Divas did have with throwing the ball is just gotten a lot tougher.
A little bit hard to tell, but you can see the rain coming down in droves now. Everyone pulling out their umbrellas real quick. The rain kind of on and off. Been off for a little bit over an hour, and then coming back right at the end of this Passion game. A lot of wind too, as you can see. So that would especially hamper any thoughts of passing the ball. As the Passion set to receive the ball once again. Going to be taken at the 20-yard line. Not caught, though. Around the 15-yard line, going to be returned down the lower side of your screen. And to get some blockers and stopped at the 37-yard line of the Passion.
It's going to be Ellison Mularski with the return. She's been a strong return man all game. Strong player. I mean, proud to say she's my gym teacher.
I mean, if you're going to play at your school stadium, you want to put on a good show, and I think that's what she's shown today. She's shown her skill and athleticism. Been an integral part of this Passion offense, especially along with Marcelia Chavez and Devon Peace. As it's going to be a handoff to someone. As it's going to be a first down. Also, it looks like.
This late in the game.
Yeah. Bit of a pile up here with all the players going down.
Thought to be an injured player, but looks like we're all good.
And it looks like they're running Brandy Polnick in as the running back, listed as an offensive guard on here, but as the build of fullback. Gonna run it with her now with 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock. Be taken up the middle there by Sarah Paladin, who's going to get a gain of about 4 yards there before tackled down. Gain of about 4 in that one. Brings up 3rd down and 6.
Now number 28, Emma Gurley. She's really controlling the offense now in this late game. Keeping the ball on the ground, playing it safe. Getting out of this game with a controlled last 4 minutes.
Nice W for the Passion here as the clock continues to wind. Just under 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go. as Emma Gurley. Looks like or is that Gurley or is that Chavez? Hard to tell from.
Pretty sure it's Gurley.
As the run's going to be taken up the middle here and brought for another first down. This run game's consistently been good with Paladin getting the first down on that one. The clock continued to wind, but another first down. The Passion marching down the field again as we get a substitution on the offensive personnel.
Yeah, lots of new players are coming in that we haven't seen in the game.
They're bringing in the third stringers now as Gurley is playing in as quarterback now.
I mean, for these girls to come out here, put their heart and soul into the game, I mean, it's fair, especially when the score's like this, to get everybody a chance to get on the field and show what they can do.
As it's going to be a handoff to Paladin, it looks like as good. She's going to get about a couple yards in that play. Just over 2.5 minutes to go in this WFL game. It's WFL Pro, the highest tier in the Women's Football Alliance. There's also the Division 2 and then Division 3. The Passion and the Divas are in the WFA Pro, which is the highest tier. So the clock continues to wind here, just over 2 minutes remaining. No 2-minute warning because of the NCAA rules. As the rank continues to come down hard, the ball is going to be handed off to Chelsea Hill of the Passion, who's listed as a linebacker, but gets a couple of yards there. So it looks like it's 3rd down and 4 now for the Passion with 1 minute and 43 seconds to go in this game. As Hill, as soon as she came on, just comes right back off.
I mean, it's got to be exhausting for those quarterbacks running from the sideline out to the middle. You got to think, I mean, especially if it's a full 4-quarter game and their starter, Chavez, is in there the whole time running from the sideline to the huddle, especially when your key players, you want to keep their legs fresh. It surprises me how they decided to run that.
Could be why they're rotating. And a fumble there, indicative of the wet ball.
Yeah, I was waiting for that to happen with the rain.
This is giving me Woodland Hills versus Pine-Richland from the WPL semifinal a couple of years ago as we get under a minute to go in this.
Please reset the clock to 55.
Not sure what that was about, but just under a minute to go.
DC, their second charge timeout of the half.
And there's the result from the referee. So the Divas will burn another timeout with 53.8 seconds to go. Also to reset the clock a little bit.
I mean, a fumble recovery, wouldn't the clock remain running? Or did it keep running after the timeout?
I think it might have.
That's what it was. Curious if the Divas think a last-minute defensive adjustment might change the outcome of the game. It's a strange timeout from the opposite team.
They don't want them to go up 57 or 60.
Maybe that's just for their pride, which I can respect that.
15 seconds to go in the play clock of this. One of the last plays of this game. 10 seconds now. The play just being received by the rest of the team. 5 seconds now. As Gurley gets the ball off in time. Going to be handed off to Paladin, who's going to try to run around the outside of a couple of defenders, but can't do so. Going to be stopped for a loss of down 1. So it's now 4th and 8 from the 34-yard line of the Divas field. As it looks like that was 4th down, so the turnover on downs will commence.
change of downs here. The Divas. Is that?
I think, is this Congliati they still have in, it looks like, possibly?
Yeah, it looks like the starter's still in there.
Fighting till the very end, trying to roll and throw, but very slippery ball. Still caught out on the far sideline. Dana Blakey still being able to make catches after the rain's still coming down in droves.
I mean, no matter the time, these girls are still fighting to the end.
Shows their resilience here. Still putting in all the time and effort. 37.4 seconds now left in this game. A little bit of a low snap and a awkward throw. Almost caught there, but incomplete.
Which
Intended for Kelly, but not caught.
I mean, as we're talking about these starters staying in, Congialdi, I mean, she might be the only quarterback here today. It's the only other quarterback. Gabriella Johnson, number 0, is the only other quarterback on roster, which is a lot of pressure on Congialdi if Johnson's not here. Because if she goes down, there might not be another option.
It's a good run there from the Divas, getting past the 50-yard line into Passion territory. Something that I found fun that was kind of interesting. The Divas, the DC Divas, they were founded in 2000. And in the first season, when they had 36 teams in the WFL, they had a record of 3-4. So a losing record in their first season. Since that year, they have not had a losing record.
Wow. That's impressive. Do you know what the stats are for the Passion?
I don't think they have had such a record, but based on this game, you probably wouldn't expect that to happen, considering the very lopsided score.
Yeah.
The Passion,
like you said, the dominance. I mean, not dominance, but I mean, positive record that the Divas have had and how they've been able to pull the score away this much, especially with their backups in almost the whole second half.
The Divas won the WFA in 2015 and 2016. As Congliani is going to look to throw. Oh, loses the football, trying to scramble. And his fumble is recovered by the Passion. So with 14.9 seconds, the Passion are going to get the ball back with one little bit at the end there.
And now Passion, I'm sure they're bringing out the victory formation. Going to kneel this one out. I mean, even though that drive for the Divas wasn't going to change the outcome of the game, they are still fighting to get another touchdown on the board.
That fumble was the exclamation mark on miscues for the Divas tonight. Not necessarily all their fault. The weather kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, the rain's really coming down now.
Good thing we're in here for now. And that's going to do it because the DC Divas have no timeouts, so that's going to let the clock run down.
That's going to be it. That was a great game, great battle between the Pittsburgh Passion and the DC Divas. Pittsburgh Passion comes out on top. Very well-fought match. The Pittsburgh Passion, I mean, I think they showed a lot this game. They have a lot of potential to go have a really good season this year and maybe another undefeated record. If I am right about them having a perfect record last year.
You could be. And it's a very great home opener for them to see. The Passion won't come back here, but obviously a great thing to have them come out here and being able to do this. And as Vaughn said, your final score for this game, Pittsburgh Passion 54, DC Divas 29. The Divas still were able to hang on and provide some form of contest towards the end of that game. And overall, that was a really fun, really competitive game to watch, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a well-fought game. I mean, the Pittsburgh Passion pulled away and was pretty obviously the better team tonight. I mean, you got to give props to both the girls coming out here and fighting their hardest. I mean, with it being a non-profit, and none of these players making anything out of this, just coming out for the pure love of the game and the sport. You got to respect everybody out there in the field tonight.
Absolutely. All these players just doing it for free. They have their own jobs. You do have some sponsors, depending on who you look at. It's kind of interesting how that whole format works. But if you're Ellison Mularski, I think very great to see, because this is basically her home game, her home game, as she's the gym teacher for the Pine-Richland High School. So great to see her doing well, and
Yes.
great game.
Props to Mrs. Mularski. The PR gang loves you. And we want to thank the Pittsburgh Passion for letting us cover the game.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Very fun time, and I assume a very fun time for both sides, but especially the Pittsburgh Passion winning 54-29. This has been Blake Fuchs along with Vaughn Spencer, and we hope you have a good night.
Yes. Good night.